Hello everyone. We are going to look at another from the Masterclass series, and this time it's Roman Keycard Blackwood. I don't want you to get hung up on the fact that it's Roman Keycard. I think all of you are fairly familiar with the form of bidding up a ladder, whether it be Gerber or Blackwood, to show the aces and then perhaps the kings that you hold. So what I noticed from watching a game last week was that whilst you're proficient at finding out how many aces there are, you're then possibly not sure of what to do next. So I'm going to concentrate on almost the second round, what you do, how you interpret those results. So let's have a look at Roman Keycard Blackwood. It's not significantly different from regular Blackwood, except that the King of Trumps is recognized as being as valuable as an ace. Well, almost. And so what you do in Roman Keycard Blackwood is count 5 key cards on the first round, the 4 aces and the King of Trumps, 5 key cards. Therefore, if you come to the second round, there are only 3 key cards left because you've already shown the King of Trumps. Later, we'll look to see that knowing about the Queen of Trumps is also valuable, and we'll look at that. And because really, if you're holding the Ace, King, Queen in a fit, you will probably be able to draw the trumps because you've got 8, they've got 5. They're likely to split 3-2, so everything drops to the Ace, King, and Queen. So let's have a look at bidding slams. What is Roman Keycard Blackwood? It's a bid of 4-no trumps when the partnership have agreed to play Roman Keycard rather than regular Blackwood. So then sometimes people have trouble recognizing which is the trump suit. And it is the last suit agreed between the partnership. So in a situation like this, 1 heart, 3 hearts, they go to 4-no trumps, then hearts. And in a situation here, 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts, and now 4-no trumps, then again, the trump suit is hearts. So in both cases of these bidding sequences, the trump suit is hearts. So let's remember that the King of Trumps is as valuable as an ace, and that there are 5 key cards in the first round. So after the 4-no trump bid, it's the ladder system again, and starting at the bottom, although it's the top of the ladder, I know, 5 clubs says I have 0 or 3 key cards, 0, 3. Diamond says I have 1 or 4 key cards. Heart says I have 2 or 5, and I don't have the Queen of Trumps, because if I did, I would say 5 spades, or I have 2 or 5 key cards, and the Queen of Trumps, because remember, holding Ace, King, Queen, it is quite valuable to know. So there we are. We call this Roman Keycard Blackwood 0314 0314. And here's a little crib card that I'm going to show all the way through just so that you remember it. Clubs 03, diamonds 14, hearts 2 or 5, no queen, spades 2 or 5 with the queen. So knowing that there are 5 key cards, here's the key point to remember, and this is really the key point of this tutorial, that with 1 after the first round, with 1 or 0 key cards missing, don't go asking for kings, just bid the slam without asking. You may, if you are not holding the Queen of Trumps in either your hand or your partner has the signal that they have it, you may want to check to see where it is. But with 2 key cards missing, you just escape by bidding the trump suit at the 5 level. So we're only going to ask for kings if you think a grand slam is available, and they are really as rare as hen's teeth. So really from now on, you don't really have to commit this to memory. If you commit to memory the previous slide, then I think you're well on your way. So how do you know? Well, either by the losing trick count or holding 37 points, but we will look at a slightly different hand later on. So you are holding 5 key cards and 2 other kings, then that would be a situation where you're going to look for a grand slam because you only want your partner to have 1 more king. So remember, there are only 3 key cards in the second round. You have already declared the king of trumps to be the equivalent of an ace. So here we go. Let's have a look at how it's working. Here we are. Here's the hand. Start the bidding. They're going to open a heart. They reply 2 diamonds. They show their hearts now with a jump raise showing the strength, at which point they're going to agree 4 hearts because they know they've got at least 5. So an optimistic West starts the slam bidding. 4 no trumps, keycard, Roman Keycard Blackwood. And they reply 5 clubs saying, I haven't got anything. Right, 0 or 3, and they will know it can't be 3 because they've got 2 aces and the king, so it can't be 3. So it must be 0. And with 2 missing, you just escape and bid 5 hearts. So here's another very strong hand, and we'll start the bidding. This time a spade. Immediate agreement. 13 points, 8 losers. They don't bid 3 spades because they have enough points for game. So they bid 4 spades. Whoopee, says West. Let's have a look, because I think you've got 7 losers. You do in fact have 8, and I've got 5. So let's have a look. They say I have 1 key card. Right? I have a single ace. I don't have the king of spades or anything like that. I have the single king card, 5 diamonds. So now they know that they're holding 4 key cards. The 3 aces and the king of spades. So with 1 missing, you just go straight to the small slam. Very, very occasionally, you may feel that a grand slam is on the cards. And in this case, West picks up a very powerful, balanced hand, 21 points with 4 losers. And by hook or by crook, they arrive at a strong 2-spade bid. Okay, so they might have used Benji or whatever method, but they've arrived at a 2-spade strong bid. And on the opposite side of the table, you're going to get immediate agreement, 4 spades. Back over to West, and they start the bid. They start off the slam bidding process. Here's Roman Keycard Blackwood. Here's our crib card, 4 no trumps, asking how many key cards you have on this side of the table, and the answer is you have 2 key cards, 2 aces. You have nothing in the trump suit. 2 key cards. 2 key cards would be hearts. So 2 key cards, and without the queen, you say hearts. So 5 hearts. Now, this side of the table is able to deduce that those must be aces. The reason being, they have 2 and the king of trumps. Therefore, to have 2 to make up the 5, they must be aces. They must be these 2 aces. So now they have all the aces, and they've got 3 of the kings. So they'd like to know, dearly like to know, whether East was holding the other king. So they bid 5 no trumps, okay? And 5 no trumps, again, Keycard Blackwood asking, how many kings are you holding? And they say, I have 1 king. And obviously you must be able to deduce that that's the king of hearts. And you're able to go straight away to 7 no trumps. Okay. All right, 1 more. So here we go, a much weaker hand this time. They open a spade, partner responds with their clubs. We have no option but to rebid the spades. Don't like doing it, but I don't want to agree clubs. So we bid spades again, and we get an agreement, a 5-3 fit, 4 spades. Well, quite optimistically, I asked for Roman Keycard Blackwood. How many key cards are you holding? And the answer is they're holding one, the Ace of Hearts. So with one key card, they reply, diamonds. I have one. So I can now see 1, 2, 3, 4. So my small slam is okay, but I'm missing the Queen of Spades, and that could prejudice the fall of trumps. So I'd really like to know whether my partner held it or whether the opposition held it. And I can do that with the Queen Ask. And with the Queen Ask, you bid the suit, the next suit up from the reply that you receive from your partner. So one suit up from 5 diamonds is 5 hearts. So I bid 5 hearts, and my partner knows that I'm looking for the Queen of Trumps. So they are holding it. So when if they weren't holding it, they would sign off in 5 spades. But they are holding it, so it's safe for us to go to the 6th level and say yes to the slam. Okay, there we are. So one more. To summarize, there are now 5 key cards, 5 aces, let's say, on the first round. Here's our crib card. We play Roman Keycard 0314. You're most unlikely to be bidding 5 here, otherwise why on earth was your partner bidding for no trumps? And the key points are, with 2 key cards missing, you escape by bidding the trump suit at the 5 level. If you had 0, well, fewer than 2, 0 or 1 key cards missing, then bid the small slam without asking, unless of course you want to know about the queen. And with all forms of Blackwood, try to avoid using Blackwood when you have a void. Whatever you do, don't think of a void as an ace, because if your partner was holding an ace opposite the void, that's a wasted card. So, and there's a risk of double counting. And remember, if you're unsure about where the Queen of Trumps is, then you can ask using the Queen Ask, and you would do that if either your partner hadn't declared it or you weren't holding it. And you don't ask for kings unless you think a grand slam is possible, and more often than not, you will be dipping out and bidding your small slam. And remember, if you do ask for kings, there are only 3, because you declared the King of Trumps as a key card, as an ace if you like, on the first round. Roman Keycard Blackwood.